Okay, this is the HVAC indoor air handler. Yay! Alright, this is a downdraft system. So our coils are on the bottom here. First thing, and this goes for the water heater as well, so we're just going to address this off, but our makeup air is coming, it has a screen over our makeup air vent, and screens are no longer allowed. They used to be required, or at least they were deemed preferred. But today we don't want those. See how the debris is catching on there. When the attic gets re-insulated, we're going to have problems with all that. Alright, so where does our combustible air come from? Well, I guess it comes from the doors. From in and around the doors. That's the only place I can see combustible air coming from. Not seeing combustible air vents anywhere. Shouldn't be one in a closet, nor is there. Okay, this is wrong, and you can see the discoloration in the carpet. Okay, where it's been sucking the air, and so the dust in the air is going up underneath the door. That's where it's getting its combustible air. One, that's not enough combustible air. Two, you shouldn't have, as long as it's going to be inside on the interior closet. Okay, these doors should be sealed like exterior doors. You shouldn't be getting your combustible air from underneath here. You've got a gas water heater, you've got a gas furnace. If it spills carbon monoxide out, alright, then it gets, well, sucked back up in. That's not the return air. Never mind. I get carried away. I think it still should be sealed, but not for the same reasons. Okay, back up. No care and use manual. This is the on-off switch. They have it taped up to keep you from working on it. We have insufficient service access in front of this. I wasn't able, because I got to get in there with screws. I can't even get in there to work, much less fit in there. So I couldn't get the data plate off of the furnace. Data plate was not accessible. Okay. We have insufficient air, insufficient closet ventilation. And the doors really should be sealed, but not for the reasons I'm not going to bother you with. The gas piping to the furnace, this gray plastic sealed piping, okay, that's been illegal probably since it was installed. And I can't get into the data plate, but I don't think it's one bit newer than the evaporator coils down here, which we're about to get to. And our evaporator coils are 32 years old. Looks like it's in pretty good shape. Looks like there's a pretty good history of maintenance, so things will look like that. Okay, but this equipment is aged. Not supposed to have a flexible gas pipe go into the furnace. They've changed the rules since then. Now it's allowed in certain circumstances, but not this gray plastic. So it's gray plastic's improperly entering. This stuff has been, like I said, it's been obsolete for years, probably since this was new. I had a little problem with a school blowing up in Oklahoma. Nobody liked it after that. I don't know. You know, weird how that works. So coming on down, these are our evaporator coils. And this insulation, unlike the condensing unit video you're about to see, but the insulation is okay on these down here like this. But what we don't have, we do not have a secondary drain. We do not have a safety switch. Our primary drain does not have a P-trap, it's not insulated, and it's also clogged. This is draining right into the crawl space right now. That drain pipe is clogged. It is not draining properly. So we got a clogged drain. That's why you want a safety switch. Some people call them float switches. I used to. Should have a secondary drain line or a float switch, but we don't. So what did we learn? We learned we don't have a care and use manual. We learned that our attic ventilation is suspect. Okay, our mechanical closet ventilation, including the attic makeup air, is suspect. We learned that we've got an obsolete gray gas supply line that's improperly entering the cabinet. We learned that we do not have sufficient service access in front of the indoor air handler. In fact, if you wanted to replace this, you would have to remove the water heater. Okay? We learned that our evaporator coil drain line is clogged. It does not have a P-trap. It's not insulated. We do not have a safety switch. That's what we learned. As I fumble through life, I'd like to remind you that right over there is a like button, and right over there is a subscribe button. Thank you.